Embarrassing health issues often leave us feeling worried and anxious about what could be wrong. Not great when in reality a huge number of us find it hard to discuss our complaints with others, often leading us to search online for information or maybe rely on far from expert opinions. Here to answer your health questions and get women openly talking about their symptoms is Dr. Dawn Harper and Nicola Smith, who herself overcame an embarrassing ailment. Thank you very much for being here, ladies. So, Dr. Dawn, let's start with you. We are embarrassed to talk about certain illnesses or symptoms that we suffer, especially when they're related to certain body parts, aren't we?
Yes, I think so. I think we're much better than we used to be, but probably anything genital, sexual, or anything obvious, so skin problems are probably right up at the top there. But actually, do you know what? If they're embarrassing you, they are a priority. And really, your GP will have seen it before, probably that week. So there is no need to be embarrassed. You just need to make that appointment, go in, get it sorted.
And that's what you did, Nicola. You got it sorted. But tell us a bit about your experience. What happened?
Well, I'd never heard of bacterial vaginosis before. And then when I was out and about in public, and then suddenly I'd get slight discharge come out, and I was sort of panicked thinking I had an STD. And then it took me a few months, but I finally went to my GU clinic, and that's when they told me I had bacterial vaginosis.
Which was a surprise to you?
Yeah, I'd never heard of it before. I thought, is that sexually transmitted? How did I get it? Why do I have it? How was it treated? So, yeah, a lot of questions at the time, like, what is it?
And did you talk to anyone before you went for your appointment?
No, I just went straight in there to expect to be told I've got chlamydia or something, and then straight away it's BV. And I was like, oh, what's that?
And the symptoms quite similar to thrush. In fact, it's quite often misdiagnosed or self-diagnosed as thrush, isn't it?
Absolutely. Your story is so classic in that you thought it was an STI. Your second thought probably would have been it's thrush. And when you're given the diagnosis, you say, what's that? BV is actually twice as common as thrush.
Wow.
Okay, so I think often women fall into this trap of thinking everything that is discharge is either a sexually transmitted infection or thrush. In fact, it is very likely to be BV. And you can differentiate between the two. Both will cause a discharge. Balance Active actually do a symptom checker to help you differentiate between the two. But probably the biggest difference is the odour. Thrush doesn't tend to smell, whereas BV does have a slightly fishy odour, which really distresses women, and I'm sure that's probably where you were as well.
So for people watching now that are sat at home thinking, I don't know, they might have sweat issues, body odour issues, discharge, any of the above and so much more, what advice would you give them to go to their GP and get it sorted?
Pick the phone up now. Your GP's seen it before. It is probably something very simple to treat, and if you delay, you're only going to make it more difficult.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you. If you want more information on BV, then do hop along to the website, which is balanceactive.com. Bye-bye.